Hey everyone, I'm Brad Nelson.
And I'm Jim Davis.
And you're watching the Versus Series on StarCityGames.com.
You
got it right.
We did it.
First thing you did right this week.
Wow. I wish I could pull that high five back. Damn. I was committed at that point. You got to follow through. That's rough.
All right, so today on the Versus Series, I am again joined by Jim Davis, and we are going to be playing a little bit of Modern. Now, on the Versus Series, getting ready for SCG-Con that's coming up, we've been playing a lot of no-ban Modern, which we will be playing this week, but the Invitational at SCG-Con is Modern.
Right. A lot of hype for no-banless Modern, but Modern still exists.
Well, Modern is everywhere on the SCG Tour because it's one of the most popular formats, and it's one of my least favorite formats because I don't win at it. And people say, like, but you won that open. I'm like, you know, like, lightning struck once in my life.
Finds a nut.
Yeah. Like, lightning struck once in that tournament, and then I took Grixis Death Shadow to a very impressive, like, I don't know, 8-14 after that. I just, like, bombed opens and invitationals. But I found a deck I like, and I'm not going to give the information just yet. Well, but it's a deck that I found to be very good against humans and Hollow One and a lot of the other Tier 1 decks, but it struggles with a lot of the Tier 2 strategies. But there is a card that's in my sideboard, a new one from Dominaria, that I feel like is the perfect addition to this strategy. So we might see that play out, and we'll talk about it more after the video is over. But until then, would you like to be on the play or the draw, sir? Because you get the choice.
I'll play.
All right, let's do it.
I am not playing a Tier 1 deck, so I've foiled your plan. Like most Modern players are wont to do.
Yeah. It's like, I have prepared for Modern tournaments this entire time.
Too bad.
And they're just like, Ravens crime you. My turn.
Exactly. All right, so this is good. This is going to require a little thought as far as playing at my first turn, but
wow, you have to... Is this the affinities? I feel like I'm getting affinity today if you have to, like, figure out your first turn.
You're good, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to Mistress Bottle. We're going to look at ourselves.
All right.
All right, so we're going to leave that one there. I might leave it on Scry, I guess, but put a little thing there to remind me, because this is that's for some reason, Important's really easy, but this one, I'm just brain dead on. I'm like wired to miss it.
Yeah, I haven't missed one yet.
All right, so we're drawing. Yeah, so I guess we're just gonna keep that. No reason to do that yet, because we want that card anyway. I'm just gonna take 2 and play a Wild Cantor. We're playing Modern. Your turn, trigger.
You know what I hate about you BCW bros? Every time I play in a Versus Series, I have no idea what's happening, and I just feel embarrassed. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to distract me.
Oh.
I'm trying to distract me, all right? Come on now. That was good, though. That's some old, back in the day, PTQ. Hey, what's that? Blah, 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 blah. The trenches back in the day. It was rough out there. Everyone's much more friendly now. Just better.
Go.
Carpulsion Forest. Okay. Maybe a little Eldrazi action going on here.
Yeah, I'm a very basic bro.
All right. So we're gonna open on this to get a little more information about how our next turn or two is gonna play out. So we're gonna go to.
What are you
16.
doing?
I'm just doing stuff, all right? Ooh boy, that's not great. So we're a little flooded on this effect, obviously, and not so much on the other half what we're trying to do here. I think we're probably in the market just to be setting up some more. We could run this out there, but it's not really going to do much yet. So we're just going to keep setting up. We're going to go to 15.
All right. Like, is this some weird new version of some weird Brennan DeCandio Death Shadow deck?
We're playing Wild Cantor.
I mean, you gotta get those blood braids into play somehow.
That's true. It's a good cascade too. It's like a free mana, you know.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're going to cast I guess we'll attack first.
Yeah, I'll go to 19.
All right, we're gonna cast Commune with the Gods.
What is happening? Okay.
I'm revealing the top 5 cards. All right, and we're gonna take a Skirk Prospector.
Okay.
My little buddy. And
is that one or the other or both? Can you get an enchantment and a creature?
Nah, that's Benefaction of.
That's an enchantment card, right?
This is enchantment or creature, yes.
Okay, so is this some kind of Fecundity deck?
Mm-hmm. Your turn.
That doesn't feel like it's gonna go.
All right, so assuming we're getting Eldrazi'd, I'm probably getting Thought-Knot Seer next turn because I really can't imagine a 1 or 2 dropless hand that would keep otherwise.
Well, I might have removal, and I don't know what if I should just use it.
Wild Cantor is just not good enough to kill. We're gonna Street Wraith. So go to 13. Oh boy. Pretty awkward. Usually flooding on this effect is not a thing that happens. It's usually the piece we're looking for the most. So flooding a bit on it's a little rough. Trying to be cognizant of a Thought-Knot next turn, so losing our best card, which is rough. Also Lightning Bolt very, very real as well. I think we're just gonna be setting up this turn, so we're just gonna swing for 1.
18.
And 12. And we're going to cast a Fecundity.
All right, I'll go. I'll go to 17.
Okay.
Maybe
So
I should have done that. Now you can just like.
So now I'll sack for a red in response. And then Fecundity comes into play. And then I believe I'm casting Skirk Prospector. Yes, I am.
All right.
So there's Prospector, and you're up.
That's the card I'd want to deal with, but let's Thought-Knot.
All right, so
let's see what's happening. What?
A lot of Fecundities.
That's actually kind of scary, though. So what is the other card?
Infernal Plunge. Sack creature, Dark Ritual for red.
Multiple Fecundities, they stack, right? Like
yep.
That's actually like kind of scary. I don't know what this is really going to do for you next turn. But if I choose to, I can get both. I can get one of them, but I can't get both anyway. So I guess I'll take this in case something crazy happens. And your turn.
I think that's right. I think that the third Fecundity is probably not too exciting. All right. All right. It's also likely we're getting Smasher next turn too. I think we're just going to be continuing to set up. We can obviously jump if we have to. We're at 12. We've done some work for you. So yeah, we're just going to Fecundity.
All right,
and say go. A little more setup.
I can't see the third one being better than just trying to put you on a 2-turn clock.
All right, so we're going to go 9. To 3.
Yeah, you take 9, go to 3.
All right,
go.
Here we go. We have a lot of pretty big draws here.
Is that one of them?
We'll find out.
1.
I'll just draw a fetch line. All right, so unfortunately here we really we haven't found War Marshal's our big card to try and start going off.
Yeah.
With no other creature effect here, we can sack the Prospector, but we're not going to be able to kind of keep going unless you draw. Not much. It's gonna be hard. It has to
be like another one, and
yeah, like it's got to. Yeah, I mean, Prospector War Marshal would be like the nut, but I think that's basically our only option here. So, and the third Fecundity is not really worth anything. So we're gonna stack for red.
Yep. Trigger, you draw 2.
You get the mana counters here. Nope.
Whatever, just put
1 red.
Sure.
And we're gonna do 1 spell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no spells yet. It's a draw 2.
Yep.
So 1, 2. So it's not actually that bad. We're live. We're not dead yet. So
all right, F6.
artifact creature land, sorcery. We're gonna traverse. We can go get another prospector.
Do you? Oh yeah, you have to use the green. I was like, do you want to waste your green? But kind of do.
All right,
that's good.
So now we can use that red. Cast prospector.
Yep.
We can play bushwhacker.
All right.
We can
sack
for a red. So yeah.
Did we already brick?
We drew postmortem lunch.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
It just brings a creature back. So it's like a rebuy for a prospector or a war marshal.
Oh, okay.
So that should be pretty good if you weren't at exactly one.
Yeah.
So you
have one red in your pool.
Did we use that for this? No, so we sacked it, right? So we have one red, 2, 3. Yeah, we can't even effectively empty, and the trample kills us anyway. So pretty awkward game. All 4 Fecundities is not. It's funny because this is usually the card you have trouble finding. Like you have traverses and the different ways to find prospector, but this one's only commune. So little unfortunate, but
yeah, that is pretty awkward.
We'll just shuffle better. All right, so this deck is obviously very, very linear. So one of the issues can be sideboarding with it. It's a little rough as far as like cards to take out because all your pieces kind of work together. So we're bringing in these 5 answers here for probable sideboard card, dampening sphere, whatever it is. That new one, Dominaria. Yeah, that card. And answers for that, and then little extra spice. And we're just cutting down on some of the like the extraneous things. The 1 lunge, the 4th copy of these 2 cards. We're just going a little bit leaner. It's pretty hard to find what to cut though.
Yeah. Well, over here, these cards are very easily cut because they're just not going to make the game plan work. And against combo decks, like Eldrazi's problem is not drawing enough interaction and too many like do nothing creatures. Especially against like most combo decks, an Eldrazi Obligator is still just 3 to 4 damage every turn.
Right.
So it like starts the clock off pretty well, and it usually gives you like this 3-turn clock. But it's not going to really work against goblins.
Mog War Marshal.
Yeah, exactly. So
take one for the team.
We're going to be taking out the creatures that aren't going to interact in combat or with the game plan, and be bringing in a large amount of cards that hopefully work in different varying ways. I'm most interested in the card that I guess Jim Davis was bringing answers in for, but I mean, it doesn't seem like you can do much with it in play.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty annoying. So. All right, so I'm going to keep here on the play in game 2. We got some stuff to do, so...
Some stuff and some things?
Yeah, stuff, things.
Yeah. Walking Dead sucks as a show, but they have a stuff and things thing that I still just love saying.
I haven't watched it.
All right, well, I have to scry, and that forest is going to the bottom.
All right, we're going to open on Street Wraith. It's 18. Awkward.
All right. 15.
17's fine. I'll play a prospector. And I guess I'll say go.
I'll go to 19 and play a Noble Hierarch. And your turn.
All right, so I'll bobble you.
It's for everyone at home.
Untap.
I guess I could look at it. I have no decisions until I see it anyway.
Yes. Oh, and then draw step.
Yeah.
This card just screws me up. I just can't do it.
I'm just letting people, in case people missed it, because this might make your turn 2 decisions important, and I have no play until it happens.
Sure. All right. Pretty awkward. I think we might have screwed up.
Already?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, there's all this stuff to do, you know? Yeah, it's pretty awkward, but all right, we'll fire in.
All right. Well, now that I know I'm drawing a thought knot, maybe blocking is correct.
Bobble.
Yeah.
And we're going to pass turn.
Oh, did you have Bobble straight within your opener?
No, I
Okay,
drew Bobble, and I draw another Bobble, obviously.
Yeah, you could have bobbled yourself before fetching, maybe. I see.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna use your Thought Knot.
Do you want to do it now?
Sure, I'll just wait, whatever.
Okay. All right. I'm going to play Thought Knot. Yep. This deck is good.
I fetched a mountain.
Oh, you had Blood Moon? Oh, that would have been gross.
And I just kind of thought I would draw a Mana Source my next like 3 or 4 draws, and didn't. And I can't cast Traverse because I got the mountain. Yeah. I was thinking I would be saving a few points of life, but it was probably just really stupid.
Well, you don't have to feel bad.
Sure. Sure.
But I did put a force at the bottom.
Sure.
So if I didn't have that, but I still think, I mean, now the game just seems so far behind that I think I'm just going to take that Blood Moon so I don't have to worry about it and just keep pressuring you.
Okay.
And your turn.
All right, so I'll bobble you.
Sure, because I still, again, don't have a play.
Untap. So draw for bobble, draw for turn. All right. Guess we're going to 14.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just playing War Marshal.
Yep.
You bide some time here. Your turn.
Right, draw. And I mean, I have to attack. Yeah, and that'll just happen anyway. All right, I'm going to play this on. It doesn't need to be on Eldrazi. I guess I can name.
Got one.
I'm gonna name Ooze.
Ooze.
And I'm gonna Thought Knot you again.
Always 2 Thought Knots yours.
And I'll take the Fecundity. And do you have Delirium?
Artifact, land, creature. No.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna Lightning Bolt this Prospector.
Rough game here. Rough game.
I go 17, and your turn.
All right. Rebuilding.
All right.
Guide,
make a goblin.
token, and I guess I just fetch and play Cantor.
Do you have a forest?
On the deck? I do have a forest, yes.
Okay, 13. All right, untap, draw, and I will attack with both.
All right, so we're gonna keep our
Marshal
critical mass in play. I think we're just gonna block one of them.
Okay, and go down to 9.
Yep.
And then I'm going to play an Ooze and play a Sealed Primordium.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
Yeah. I don't know if we're ever beaten this hand ever in a million years anyway. I mean, the rule spell, the seal, and the double Thought Knot.
Yeah,
it's pretty tough.
My opener was these 6 cards, but then hitting dots.
Yeah, like
this was my 6 cards.
I just drew Fecundity, but
yeah, what's it going to accomplish at this point?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't think we're dead yet.
Yeah, we can see what happens.
All right, so we're gonna Fecundity.
Yep.
And we're gonna sack for a green and draw a card.
Yeah, I mean, I can't, because you don't have. Yeah, I just.
Right. There's no way your priority. Yeah. So, but the draw's good.
The draw's good.
So it's 8 and 2 from the Ooze. We have creature, artifact, land. All right. I think we're saying go.
All right. Untap, draw. I'll play my land for the turn and attack with all 3 creatures.
All right. Let's see. How many green?
5.
You have 3 green. So 5. That's 9. All right.
Yeah. So it has to be 2 blocks.
All right. You have nothing to use your mana on anyway, so I block these two.
Okay, and then before damage, I'll seal that.
Sure.
And you take 4 down to 5.
Okay.
And then I will, might as well do this now, down to 16. And I'm going to play another seal and pass the turn.
Okay. Okay. It's funny how the ooze is really getting traversed too.
Yeah.
Like with the 1 enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we drew Prospector off of the green draw. If I named red, I could have cast it. You have to crack that, and then I'm still like, at that point, maybe I'm drawing to a second Fecundity, but you shoot the thing anyway. So rough one. That was a rough game.
This is a rough one.
Yeah.
I mean, no one can beat the green Eldrazi, except many decks. All right, so that concludes match 2 of the week, and the only thing I have to say is Thought-Knot's still good. I don't think it's great, right? The deck has been through bannings. The deck is solid, but it is the deck that I personally like, since being like Jund guy right now just is a miserable.
Yeah, it's tough. Blood Raid's back, but
yeah, it made the deck worse. There's a lot of Jund players that are only playing 2 in their Jund decks just because it's making the deck too clunky to beat a lot of these strategies. But your deck is the more interesting one of the day. Yeah. So let's talk about it and maybe things you've learned about it.
Right. So I've streamed this deck and I've written about this deck. The combo is basically have a Skirk Prospector in play with a Fecundity, and then at that point, every goblin you sacrifice is worth 1 red and 1 card. So your engine is making mana and cards, which is obviously usually a very good thing in Magic. So once you get going, cast an empty, and say it's just for like 6 goblins. Well, that's 6 mana and 6 cards. Cast more goblins, draw more cards. Eventually, you end up emptying for 1 million. You draw your whole deck, and you Grape Shot or you Bushwhacker for the kill. We fell a little short on resources those games. Game 1, I had the empty. If one of my Fecundities had been like a War Marshal or even like some other goblin, I think we could have gotten there.
Yeah.
But with the 4 Fecundities, we didn't have enough resources to actually get it. Getting mana is the kind of the bottleneck in this deck.
Yeah.
The old versions had Rite of Flame and Seething Song, obviously, which is no longer legal. So we don't have a ton of plays that are like big time mana positive.
Thank you. I have a question. All right. So what about now with Goblin Warchief and Siege Gang Commander and Pile Driver all in Modern? Is there a possibility of like a Goblin deck that uses this as a sideboard plan, or even maybe supplements the game 1, but is like the powerful Goblin strategy? Because the reason I say that is it feels like this is just a knockoff version of Food Chain Goblins that got banned 10 years ago.
Sure.
And anyone that doesn't know what Food Chain Goblins is, go look it up. It is one of the most disgusting decks. It was my first actual like, I'm going to build the best deck. And so I bought all the cards for it. And this is like high school Brad. Maybe I was first year college. And I bought this deck. I crushed my first tournament. And then the next week it got banned. And that was my first.
Welcome to Magic.
Yeah, it was my first moment of that. And it made sense because I just like rolled up to this extended tournament where people were playing, you know, some real decks, some casual decks. Sure. It's a local card store.
Right.
And I'm turn 2ing people. Like I'm just killing them on turn 2. But it feels like that. And one of the strengths of Goblins I've always seen is its ability to force you to interact with a combo, but just beat you down with the power of these cards. Like,
see, the problem is that the power of these cards is the way of thinking of them 7 years ago. You know, when like the old Dirty Kitty deck was played in Worlds 06, and it played 4 Warchief, 4 Pile Driver, and it was sort of like a Goblin beatdown deck with 4 Fecundity in it that could also Storm as well. The problem is back then, those are real threats in Modern, or it was extended back then. You know, the best kill spell was Smother. There was no Bolt, no Path, no Fatal Push. And
wait, there wasn't 1 mana removal? Wow.
It was a different time. It was like, so you played a Warchief on turn 2 and it didn't die.
Yeah.
You know, and now there's Tarmogoyf and all these huge creatures and playing like a 2/2 for 3 or a 1/2 for 2. I mean, these cards just aren't powerful Magic cards anymore.
Yeah, and so they don't even have the powerful payoffs like
Ringleader, right?
So Ringleader or the Cycling, I forgot the name.
Jump Bomb Incinerator.
Yeah, Jump Bomb Incinerator.
So you can't really play a fair game without those cards.
Yeah.
And then you're just trying to be this like beat down deck with these underpowered like Goblin Chariots.
Yeah, well, I'm going to trust the Goblin expert because I played Goblins for 2 years in Standard, but once that happened, I threw it away like nothing. You know, I moved on.
Yeah, you had to pry it from my cold dead hands basically. But I think that the beatdown plan is just a little too anemic. Yeah. You know, so I think this version of it, like I tried to make it more combo heavy. We have tutors, we have traverse, we have commune, and the problem is, like I said, getting mana positive is tough. Mogwar Marshal's the one that does it, but it's the only one. You know, the first version was playing Dragon Fodder, but it's mana neutral. It's 2 mana for 2 mana.
Yeah.
So like getting ahead to build up to that bigger storm turn can be a little tough sometimes when you're light on resources.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's definitely something there. The combination of cards is very powerful. I mean, it's just a 1 mana creature and a 3 mana enchantment. And
it is. And
you know.
and my hand worked out. Like I scryed to the bottom, didn't have a threat, but I ended up drawing them at the most opportune times. And the poor representation of green red Eldrazi for this video is this is the high end of the deck. And I can assure you that I was sold on this deck because I drew a very high end. I went 9-1 in my first 10 matches with the deck on Magic Online. But ever since then, like I've had a couple 2-3s with it. I constantly 3-2. And that's kind of modern, but it's my kind of deck. Like, this is like, it's very powerful on the turns it's powerful.
Yeah, the Eldrazi decks feel like if they were like 40 cards or 50 cards, they would be busted.
Disgusting. Well,
because the core of Temple, Thought Knot, Smasher is so good.
Oh yeah.
But when you draw the other cards, like your Eldrazi Mimics or your Obligators or whatever flavor of Eldrazi you're playing,
scavenging oozes.
Right? You draw your stinkers and you're like, you know, you're just biding time until you have your Thought Knot draw again.
And that's why it's good matchups are the matchups where all the cards are actually playable, like Humans and Hollowed One. Like Scavenging Ooze is one of your best cards against Hollowed One. It's weird, but it is. And yeah, but when you draw like this, you're gonna take these combo decks just to the ringers. Like it's really tough to beat Hand Disruption attached to a giant body that you can't deal with.
Like 4/4 plus Thoughtseize plus interactive spell is just
it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all we got for today. Join us tomorrow when we get our Brawl on.
Sweet.
Yeah, I have been liking this format, and I like the deck that I'm playing. Do you like the deck you're playing?
I think it's sweet. There's kind of a meanie floating around there in Brawl. Hopefully we don't see that. Someone, it's a little 1/3.
Yeah, someone would be a real jerk to play that.
Yeah,
deck,
like kind of wrecking things. So
yeah,
maybe it'll get emergency ban before tomorrow.
Before tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll call Wizards.
Okay, let's. Yeah.
You might
Scott. Yeah, we need to do something.
Just so you know, drop everything you're doing.
Assemble the Avengers.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.